After the raid that took out Osama bin Laden in 2011, the formerly secret SEAL Team 6 became very well known for that heroic mission. Sadly, tragically, just 3 months later, a helicopter carrying 17 SEAL members and 13 other American troops was taken down in Afghanistan. Everyone was killed. Last week, family members asked the administration for answers.
The U.S. government and many high-ranking military people own more credit for the shoot-down than the Taliban.
Because pre-assault fire damages our efforts to win the hearts and minds of our enemy. So in other words, the hearts and minds of our enemy are more valuable to this government than my son's blood.
Karen and Billy Vaughn, parents of SEAL Team 6 member Aaron Vaughn, who was killed in that 2011 mission, join us now. Mr. and Mrs. Vaughn, first I want to thank you for all your son did to protect us and our country and tell you that we are heartbroken. We are grieving with you at his loss, especially on this Mother's Day. I'm really, really sorry about that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You are saying that the investigation into this is not complete, that you cannot get answers about what exactly happened and why. Tell us.
Okay, Tucker, I'd like to say first, this is completely past anything that we've said different from it. Yesterday afternoon, another father, John Brainerd, asked me to speak this morning on behalf of him and his family about the death of his son, Captain John Randall Brainerd III, who was shot down in Afghanistan in a helicopter crash. And he too is waiting on the truth from the U.S. government. They have told him that they will come forward with the truth, but at this point he is still waiting. And also, you need to know that other parents, besides the 4 who stood the other day, are supporting us and agree with us and are waiting on answers. And one thing that I want to say right up front, I understand their reluctance to come forth with these answers because it's going to be embarrassing at best. But one answer that they can come forth with right now is on Thursday. We exposed a video of the ramp ceremony at Bagram Air Base. And the parents' beef is not with Islam or with the imam who prayed. It is with the United States government and the people in the military who allowed this. And so far, since Thursday, there's been no statement from the White House or from the Pentagon, an apology. So it's too late for an apology. Now what I'd like you to do, as Commander-in-Chief, Mr. President, I'd like you to step forward, be a man, and defend the policy that in this United States government that allows the body of a slain warrior to be desecrated and allows the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to be mocked. That is the God of our son and the God of our family. And we want you to step forward, and we want that person who allowed that policy or where that policy comes from to defend it. Please do that. Just as you did, just as you showed outrage when the Qurans were burned, just as this administration made sure to show the American people how much you honored Osama bin Laden's body. Tell us why you didn't do the same for slain American warriors, Mr. President. Now, Tucker, I'm sorry I got off on that. Now, back to your question.
Well, it would be interesting to know why an imam was there in the first place. Now, you say that in the aftermath of the apprehension and death of Osama bin Laden, SEAL Team 6, whose very existence was supposed to be classified, was dramatically publicized by this administration. The Obama people felt it was to their political advantage to talk up SEAL Team 6, and you believe this put your son and his comrades at mortal risk.
We don't just believe it did, Tucker. We know it did. Aaron actually called me within 24 hours of Joe Biden outing the Navy SEALs and said, "Mom, listen, you need to wipe your social media clean. I mean, get everything off of it." His voice was very nervous. I said, "Absolutely, son, what's going on?" And he said, "Mom, listen, there's chatter, and all of our lives are in danger, including yours." So we absolutely know that they put a target on our son's back. And we know a lot of facts that were happening in Afghanistan at that time where we have evidence that this team was being sought after, and more evidence is coming out every day. Of course it's being sought after when you release that they're the ones that killed the most high-ranking figure in Al-Qaeda's history. So yes, they absolutely put a target on their back.
And for political reasons, you believe?
Absolutely,
they played it up
for political.
to win votes. And is it your understanding that other members of SEAL Team 6 were as outraged and as afraid of the ramifications of this publicity?
Tucker, there's actually a video of Secretary of Defense Robert Gates making that statement that the members of the Special Ops community were worried now for their safety and worried for the safety of their families. So absolutely, and I just want you to know, I want the American people to know, before Benghazi, there was Extortion 17. And these are tied together, and all the things that are going on in our military, and there is more in common there than many of us realize.
Well,
and also, Tucker, I want to thank the families who have come forward since the press conference just a few days ago and are beginning to say things, and people who want to talk to us. I also want to thank you for Fox for allowing the families of American military sons and daughters to have a voice to speak, because we're small. We can't get our voice out unless people ask us and bring us forth.
Well,
we want to change these rules of engagement.
I can promise you, you will always have a voice here, and we're grateful
Thank
to
you
see
very
you
much,
both.
sir.
And again, we
Thank
agree
you.
with you on this Mother's Day. Thank you.
Thank you
very
very
much.
much.
More
Happy
Fox and Friends in 3 minutes.